Pause.
You was about to call that man Champagne Poppy.
Because I'm looking at his Instagram post.
That is deep.
Yeah,
but that's
why do we
crazy,
keep letting him get away with
But
this?
that's crazy though. I really was about to just. You know what I'm saying? That was
you almost
crazy.
called another man daddy.
I did know for real, bro. That was crazy.
Yeah, and with Spanish lingo.
Yeah, bro. That was crazy.
And I'm champagne. It's not even like he's the vodka king.
Before I even finished it, I felt so violated,
bubbly,
bro.
nigga.
Champagne, nigga.
I said champagne. What am I doing, bro? What am I doing?
The hesitation was your testosterone.
It's like, nigga, what the fuck? What is this? You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit sounded crazy.
Nigga, pussy got wet.
Drake.
Excuse me? Sorry.
That shit just flew under the radar a little bit. God damn.
What is that?
That's Patreon content.
Right. I'll listen to it later because I don't know what he said. But Drake.
I don't even repeat it.
Drake took shots at Charlamagne for what Charlamagne said on
Brilliant
The Last Brilliant Idiots, how Drake dropped that song Slime with SZA and nobody cared pretty much.
That's what I just saw XXL tweet out that it just broke all records.
What, the song?
Yeah, like Drake.
Right
Drake
after that happens,
Drake has one more record to go #1 until he beats Michael Jackson. SZA is the first black woman to have 2 hits on the radio
at the same time.
Yeah, sounds like he paid for some advertising.
So Charlamagne did address it this morning on the Breakfast Club, and he was saying, I mean, he joked around and said, "Yeah, I told y'all that me and Drake have this relationship where it's like he wants me to shit on his projects before they come out, help him get attention and shit like that." I don't believe it. It was all sarcastic because even when they even brought up the topic on Breakfast Club, which honestly I couldn't even believe I was watching the Breakfast Club. That was kind of strange. Just more that I even clicked that.
Realize what was happening.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? I'm watching the Breakfast Club? Like,
I mean, why are you surprised? The Breakfast Club.
because I haven't done it for a regular topic in so long. Like,
it's
outside of an interview, pretty much. You know what I mean? Like, I clicked it because the headline made me click. I was like, damn, this hasn't happened in a while. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying?
They got some good writers in there. Yeah,
you gotta knock the dust on the algorithm.
Yeah. So it was like
headlines.
That kind of. I was thinking that as I was watching it, but
Drizzy.
But yeah, you pull up the what Drake was saying. Drake was he was really like letting him have it. Called him, he was going with the Leonard shit and everything.
Yeah,
that was light. That was softball shit.
It was still light, but the fact
if you listen to more than 2 hours of Charlamagne the God, you probably heard more than most of this shit.
But you see, when you repost Charlamagne the God when he was dark skinned, that's personal. You know what I mean?
True. Yeah,
you can't be doing that shit.
It wasn't just this paragraph message. We already said the
paragraph picture was hilarious.
The paragraph is crazy, but the fact that you making like pictures,
exactly.
like I googled images of you,
and you found the right one,
exactly, so I can properly cook you.
He learned from Pusha T.
Yeah, low key.
He
learned his lesson, low key. A picture's worth 1,000 words. Yeah. So you want to read it?
Are you okay, Leonard? You kind of
Leonard.
Yeah, Leonard. There's no one with that name.
It's Leonard.
Leonard.
Oh my God.
Leonard.
Smoke's Corner.
Are you okay, Leonard? You kind of weirding me out, G. Like you really obsessed with me or something. For years, like you look in the mirror and wish you saw my reflection type shit.
Damn.
That's not a damn.
That's deep.
That's a high level.
You look in the reflection and you want to see my. You look in the mirror and you want to see my reflection. But he said, whatever you gotta do, let it out. I'm sure your 435 loyal fans will stand by you. You fucking goof. What's up with the 400?
I think that's a reference to the bottles.
The bottles?
Yeah. I saw somebody in the comments saying that was like a reference to the bottles.
He sells bottles?
Maybe
the bottles you gonna maybe send bottles to Charlamagne. You remember that bar in the
I remember
this?
That
was a whole moment there.
And I do remember Charlamagne saying everybody kept buying him bottles after that. So maybe that was the number he mentioned one time that ever since that people I can count. I don't know. That's a reach.
That's a great picture. That looks like a mental health awareness picture.
I think it was from a mental health website, low key.
That looks like the face of anxiety.
Yeah. They can see
in
this
deep
too, right?
thought.
I was just zooming in so they can see first.
Yeah, and deep thought.
And deep thought about how you the off-brand Morris Chestnut. See, like, if you listen to Charlamagne, you've heard that a billion times. Like, he says that as a compliment.
Honestly, these roasts are hitting harder because they're Drake. I don't expect them to be a good roast. Look, I'm just gonna be real.
They're Canadian roasts.
Exactly. So it's like you look in the reflection and want to be me, That's a dig for him. Like, that's deep for him. Like, if y'all said that, I'd be like, are you fucking kidding me? That's what you came up with? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd be disappointed if y'all said that because it's just like.
But if we rapped it,
I'm just as disappointed as him saying it because it's not true. I don't think Charlamagne ever would want Drake's life.
No, I don't
In
think so
all
either, but
actuality?
I'm just saying, I'm going off the intention. The bars are whack in terms of this. I'm going off the intention of he was actually trying to hurt him.
what? How bad can you like go at a nigga when you're like the biggest star in the world? You got all the eyes on you.
It's
Can't
kinda
really say
it's
too
kind of
much.
crazy that he woke up and was just like, oh, he's getting smoke on this story tonight.
Over that.
Over that.
So that makes it even more feel like it's true. And Drake is very sensitive about that.
Nah, it's not just about this. It's about what happened a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. This is a reoccurring thing with these two.
It's a
Like
reoccurring
Charlamagne
thing.
is just
Honestly, the whole Charlamagne and Drake thing has been dead for so long.
no, not to Drizzy. Drizzy hold grudges.
But then remember they squashed beef. They talked about it on the Brilliant Idiots how he met up with him at one of his concerts in the dressing room, and they just they kicked it for like 30 or 40 minutes or something like that.
Drake will lick
Just
his
talking and
hand.
laughing and shit.
Drake will lick his hand and dap you up.
He's one of them disrespectful.
Probably.
Yeah, you're right.
Get a good wipe.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah.
up?
He probably palmed his ass cheek for 5 minutes before he walked in the room.
Yeah.
What's up, mate?
Yeah, I shook his hand, but you know,
You think it's all love? You like, damn.
I fucking spit in my
Why
hand.
your hands
for
so
you.
warm, Drizzy?
Yeah, you know what I'm
Shit
saying?
moist.
Oh, sorry, I just sweat a lot. type
Yeah,
shit.
you know what I mean?
knowing his spit.
And he an actor too, so it's like
Yeah, he's selling it.
he could get in that character.
He
if
was
wanted
an
to.
actor.
It is interesting
an
that I didn't think that was that felt like some fucking the Brilliant Idiots has started making headlines, and I stand behind what I remember. We had this
You
conversation.
saw that shit?
And get a cane, nigga.
Yeah, Lauren, goddamn, man. I feel so bad. That shit look terrible.
Oh,
Lauren fucked himself
But
up.
I-
Lauren has an injured back.
yeah, but
He's
I remember,
walking around like he's in a retirement home.
yeah, low key. But I remember when we were talking about the Brilliant Idiots back in the day, and I was saying I don't feel like Brilliant Idiots were really going viral and hitting mainstream media like that before. From when like for the first 5 years that they were out,
Mainstream, no.
where it
but
was like everybody was posting them. But I feel like now, recently, within this last year, that's happened more often.
I feel like they've sneakily affected pop culture.
Yeah,
There's a lot of
Hell no.
conversations that
Wait.
they also had very early on that became like main topics.
there's conversations
Right, but they weren't
we've
going-
had
yeah.
in our car, 18 and high.
But nobody saw those.
But that doesn't. We still had the conversation.
But it's different when
But
you
I
got
don't
a
know-
couple 100,000 niggas listening to your shit.
Not
every
really.
week.
It doesn't really count if a conversation that we all enjoyed 5 years ago they had on the podcast is a trending topic now if they're not using that clip.
I wouldn't
Like-
even say 5 years in between. I would say like a couple weeks after.
Oh,
like, when
that's
they
what,
talked
no,
about
no, no.
the-
That's what I'm saying. That's been happening this year for sure. Yeah, that
Yeah.
has been happening this year. But I feel like back in the day, bro, it was like, yeah, we were Laura fans, but nigga, they were not going viral back then.
Because I
bro.
think we're all sleeping on the Schultz effect. Schultz is a figure now. Like that matters when he
Yeah.
speaks. Him,
That is
him-
true.
You know what I'm saying? Him,
not one
and-
person
it's
carrying the hot takes.
You know what I'm saying? He matters now when he speaks. It's like this nigga Andrew Schultz, that crazy white boy did that shit again, or whoever. You know what I'm saying?
Public
like he's
opinion matters the most.
Yeah,
But this is also the most that Charlamagne has ever personally marketed Brilliant Idiots.
that's true.
Before
that's
it kind of felt like something he would just do in
Don't say
his
it.
backyard
Oh,
and like just
yeah.
not talk about.
I remember what you said last time, and we got hit.
What?
A blank rag in the closet.
Oh yeah, that's one of those
yeah,
words
yeah.
just right there.
Yeah,
It's one of my go-tos.
I thought you were about to go. I was like, don't say it, please don't say it, because that's
nah.
Yeah, but,
learn my lesson.
yeah. I guess this people have been saying that, but I guess that's true. Shit, I never noticed the promotion. I noticed they never went viral like that
Right,
before, but
right.
so I guess he wasn't promoting it before.
He
think
wasn't talking about it for real.
Because he has a corporate job. You can't tell your corporate boss and your friends about what you really do.
Yeah, you,
You know what I
can
mean?
when your job is doing the same thing that you do in your backyard. He's a commentator.
Yeah, but now, that it's also on loudspeaker, nigga. We gave you the black effect. I better only hear you. So it is kind of. I don't know. It's kind of. I don't know.
Yeah, but it's different. He has a different job at the Black Effect. His job isn't to carry it with his podcast.
But
he's
he-
on the operations.
but he was a lot more
But
flagrant.
I bet what they're thinking it'd be nice if you can carry it with your podcast,
Facts.
but it's not. He can't. It's on loudspeaker. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah. So it's different. You know what I'm saying? But he's still promoting it more than he ever has for the last 10 years that this fucking podcast has been out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
These niggas been making some headlines recently.
Honestly, yeah, that too. But I just feel
What
like
headlines though? Like y'all keep saying these headlines.
Okay, when I say headlines, I'm saying
Where are
like
these headlines?
somebody say something on a podcast and it ends up on the Shade Room.
And now
academics.
it's a conversation
Yeah.
amongst
It's not,
mainstream people.
and I'm not talking about it going on like CNN or some shit like that, but at least making its online rounds.
And there's
for
a
sure.
few conversations they've had that's done
Yeah,
that.
and then like we're watching other people talk about or commentate on it. Like I'm talking
Okay.
that level. Yeah,
Taylor
It's kinda
Swift,
like when-
Beyonce shit, all them shit.
It's kind of like when we asked, where the fuck is Wax?
exactly.
Right.
And everybody, like now it's a whole topic.
It's
Yeah.
more like when we did the Big Sloth video.
Yeah, that
and then-
too.
And Poetic Flacco picked it up and made a video about that information that we presented to the market, like, or that conversation that we were having. Like they're doing that a lot more now.
You drop some new gems into the lexicon.
Yeah, that's than ever before. But I also feel like we also just help people just like highlighting and just playing things specifically from podcasts. Like I do believe the inception of this show has gotten a lot more people focusing and studying only different podcasts and watching and reporting on that. Like I do feel like that as well too.
So we're helping the culture.
For sure.
We're
all
helping the
ecosystem.
universe.
We're also hurting it probably too a little bit.
I don't think so. I don't think so at all. I think we're
Not hurting the culture, but maybe hurting feelings and causing unintended beefs.
I don't think it's
Nigga said we're the middlemen.
Essentially, we the milkman. nigga.
I don't think
The
so
real
at all.
father.
I don't think so at all. I'm gonna be real. I think Homeroom University has pioneered a new creation and lane, and we're right at the forefront. And as long as we keep doing our thing, we can lock ourselves in as one of the godfathers of this lane of podcasting for sure.
And mold the lane into what we
And
fully
mold the
wanted to
lane
be.
as well too.
For sure.
Yeah,
But I'm saying we are like we could fuck around and have the same effect that complex list did. To where it's
That's
like
fine.
when
Yeah.
you get into the whole ranking and the critiquing of a certain art form,
That's fine.
now these niggas get a little bit more competitive.
that's fine. These checks spend the same though. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. For them.
For them, that's fine. But it's niggas when niggas got on Sports Center and shit. It was like, nigga, are you talking about me? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got to deal with it. Tasha K did say something that in the No Jumper interview, she literally said, and I just screen recorded that part. She was like, it's funny. She said because us media people, boy, we act different when our name's in the title. She said it. She was
Yeah.
like, it's gonna happen, but. She said, "You do it to." She's like, "We do it to everybody." As soon as our name is in there, nigga, we
get
kind of lose it.
personal.
And I was like, "That's some real shit, though." Like, she understands that. She's somebody that like you can make the content about. You understand. You get it. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's also just another. It's a shock that's happening too, where it's like this used to be people's refuge. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like.
When the roles are reversed,
And
you-
when people start critiquing your refuge thing, it starts fucking up the game a little bit. When Complex makes a list and said these are the best 10 personalities,
Right.
it's like several people on those lists have always taken it as a fucking serious thing.
Right.
But a lot of those people were there. Maybe half the list was like, "This is some cool shit that I do."
Right.
Yeah.
And now I got niggas talking about just the shit I was just doing for
Right.
just to pick up a little bag, a little extra
Shits and
income.
giggles.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta think they
you
rank-
you ruining my fucking
They
my,
rank
my
niggas-
fucking cheat bag.
They rank niggas based on their opinions. How could you not expect them to not have opinions on these rankings?
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is what we do for a living.
Exactly.
But these
yeah.
are the things that solidify a sport. And once you have a sport, they become competitive.
Yes.
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
And media is battling with
Yeah.
each other at all times.
Yep.
CNN is always trying to poach from Fox, and Fox is always trying to poach
Yep.
from CNN. It's just what it is. you know what I'm
ESPN, FS1.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
We're all,
FS1.
yeah, which we're all fighting for the same to convert and shit like that. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
So,
yeah.
but yeah, I think it's interesting.
fighting for eyes.
The fuck? What? How do we even get to talking about that?
What exactly?
What did this topic start with? I can't remember.
Oh, it
now.
started with Drake and Charlamagne.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Drake
Oh,
and Charlamagne
shit.
beefing.
Yeah, nah.
We just went into a real deep podcast conversation. I mean, it all kind of
It
stems
kinda
from
was
it.
there. It was
I
there.
don't think they dislike each other enough.
But you know what? Also, too, I'm gonna be real. I didn't give any fucks about this shit to even put it on the list. It's just I didn't realize this wasn't gonna stop yet.
Yeah.
I said, "Fuck it, we have to cover it." Like
Yeah,
this is
yeah,
one of those
yeah,
topics.
yeah.
You
I'm
never
kinda
thought
glad-
Drake was gonna say something.
And honestly, he didn't say
Drake.
enough for us to talk
He didn't.
about for
He
that
didn't.
long.
He
You know
ain't
what I'm
say nothing
saying?
crazy.
Like,
We didn't. We made it something else.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
And it is promo month. You know, he got a project dropping
so
soon.
he kind of has to do some
So
of
it's
this.
like, let me
There's so
fuck with
many
Charlamagne a little bit. Why
Let me
not?
keep my name